success is a lousy teacher. It seduces smart people into thinking they can't lose. Bill Gates. Now, don't hate me because I'm quoting Bill Gates. You know, for a long time, I had a number of good Soros quotes, and oh my gosh, every time I posted one, I got so much hateful comments about people just hating on Soros. I can't help it that he may be a cretin. You may think he is, but he was for decades one of the top traders in the world. Like him or hate him, you got to give him his due. Now, let's jump into these charts. Everything up for the day but Bitcoin. Now, let's look first and foremost. We always start with the S&P, and let's take a look at what has occurred. We had a nice downward trend line going, started the week popping out of it. We see a doji that's formed here for the first day. You can see the first day of the 2-day candle. It's popped through the weekly trend line. And you can see that we popped up and through it on Friday. We had the candle sitting right there on it, plus the wick. And then Monday started out again about the same place, but that was Monday morning. Then Monday afternoon, popped right through it. Still don't have even average volume yet. So again, we'll watch things. Now, you know, if you, of course, traded this and already took your 1.83% profit when it hit right here, evened out and started taking your money from you. Let's move this over so you can see. When, you know, you saw it pushing up through here, if you closed it out on Friday, maybe stayed in. If you didn't, maybe stayed in Monday morning but pulled it in the afternoon, that's okay. You can do that. You don't have to let it ride till the market takes back all your money. Good reasons to do either. And of course, by experimenting and practicing, you'll learn what works and what doesn't work with each individual stock and ETF that you practice trade. Now let's move on to the Qs. The Qs never was as good, was it? Never cashed us out with a down move in the practice trade. And of course, this week popping up, you can see where the 2-day candle already popped through last week. That happened on the Thursday, Friday. You can see actually where it happened. It happened on Friday afternoon. And then sort of, you know, little pullback on Monday morning, but then popped right back up again and tagged you out. It did take the entire loss band there. So again, you know, we have a green candle moving up. Now, again, this is something where you look to potentially jump into an up move if it keeps going this way the rest of the week. We shall wait, we shall watch and see and learn from that. If you can't make it on the way down, can you make it on the way up? Let's look at where we are on 20-year bonds. They really bounded up today, up 2.35%. Of course, we have let this profit ride for quite a while, starting the week off on the 2-day chart with a spinning top. We can see, of course, on the half day where it bounds up in the morning and in the afternoon. But you look at where we are on the weekly, and we're still red candles. So keep an eye on things, you know, make a decision as we move along. If you want to take your profit now, although you saw things pop up like this again, you know, right around this area here on the half day as we were in that descent. So keep your eye on things. Again, all of this is about experimenting, practicing, and learning as you go. Gold also up pretty strong for the day, 1.84%. That started on Friday. And of course, it moved on up. We did cash out this last week at the 1.69% down move. And I know that some of you may very well have pulled that move when we started seeing the green candles, or specifically in the morning when you hit your loss band. You may have put yourself a stop loss in there and you went ahead and pulled it. So again, things for you to think about and consider. On both the half day and the 2-day, though, we're still well below the weekly trend line on gold. So it doesn't mean you're pulling it just because of that. But that is something for you to think about and consider. Now let's look at where 20-year bonds are. I'm sorry, we've already moved from 20-year on. Where Bitcoin is. Bitcoin, bonds and Bitcoin. Let's see, we're going to talk about Bitcoin down 1.41%. We've seen Bitcoin erratically pop up and then sort of slide sideways, pop up, maybe down a little bit, pop up, then down. And, as we've looked with what's happened at the beginning of the year where it's up and down, up, sideways and down, up and down. This latest one starting off this week quite weak. Now we saw it start the first week on the 18th of September, started moving up some. Then it sort of took a hiatus. Then last week moving up. Not sure where this week is going to be. We look at these last two-day candles, day and a half, 3 days of movement, 1.5 2-day candles. Haven't reached the high that it reached back on the Friday, the 29th of September. And then that following first day of the week move, haven't reached that yet. Well, you can actually see when that occurred. That was on the 2nd of October in the morning where it popped up. So we'll keep an eye on Bitcoin, trying to see if it's going to move up. But again, very, very weak. That is the way we start the week. Not a lot of good stuff necessarily happening. Some confusion in the market here. But my friends, that's what we learned from. Remember our quote, success is a lousy teacher. It seduces smart people into thinking they can't lose. So again, learn from the difficult things. That's what makes you good. God bless my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.